All right, since we live, let's check the feed real quick. Shalom out there, shalom.
Shalom. Just popped up.
Just popped up. All right, let me check mine. Here we go. All right, beautiful. We in there. Let's get after it. Sounds on point. All right, here we go. Joe Rogan calls Trump's targeting of migrant workers for deportation insane. Let's play this real fast.
Yeah, I don't know what you think of the new administration. Certainly there are things that I like about and some of their pro-tech posture and things like that. But what's happening now is it's kind of disappointing.
It's insane.
Yeah.
We were told there would be no. Well, there's two things that are insane. One is the targeting of migrant workers, not cartel members, not gang members, not drug dealers, just construction workers showing up in construction sites and raiding them, gardeners.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Or Palestinian students on college campuses. Or not, like there's a did you see this video of this Turkish students at Tufts University that wrote an essay, and then there's video of like ICE agents, like I don't know.
Is that the woman?
Yeah.
What was her essay about? It was just critical of Israel, right?
Just critical of Israel. Yeah, I mean,
and that's enough to get you kicked out of the country.
I mean, there's a long history of anti-colonial activism in U.S. colleges, that led to South Africa changing and all of that, and I think this is a continuation of that.
You heard what he said, man. If you're critical of the small hats, the JOOs, it's enough to get you kicked out of the country. All right. All right. Shalom. GMS Charlotte. Back at you with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakak Kodash. And before we get started, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect. Let's push this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to the elect. All right. So this is another news and prophecy. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And in this lesson we want to bring out, man, great violence is coming to this land. We are in some very deadly serious times, and the wicked, the Edomites, all right, are getting ready to come down with that sword, as we've been warning you week in and week out about. All right. And we're at the point where, like me and Priest was talking about, Esau's not hiding it no more. He's putting it out there, man. They're ready to move forward with this agenda. The main thing that we see going on right now is getting rid of Jake. That's right. Jake is being put to death. Secretly it's coming out. Bodies are being found in the ocean. Things that are going on with these private prisons and shit like that, man. So it's about to get nuts. All right. It's very, very evil, very, very dark times are coming down the pipe, man. So we just want to continue to warn you. You know what I mean? And Priest, if you want to chime in, feel free to do so. Oh, lost him. Hold on. We'll get him back.
Yeah, already tripping.
Right. But anything, before we get into it, No,
just like you said, man, it's time for the Most High to show you people of what we've been warning you about as far as concerning this devil, man. All right. Esau Edom is exactly that, man. He's the devil, and he's about to show you why he's known as the devil in the scriptures, man.
Yeah, man. Shit, it's about to get ugly. All right, I tell you that. So with that, let's open up with that scripture out Psalm 17:13 real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get to these clips, these articles, man, because our people, as we say all the time, our people don't have no fucking clue, man. All right, these devils are ready to bring the sword and slaughter Jake, man. That's right.
This is Psalm 17:13. It says, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword."
You want to speak on it, brother? Go ahead.
Yeah, because we understand that the Most High has this devil set up as the whooping stick for the wicked of his people. So what the Lord is about to do is unleash this man, all right, and use Esau's hatred for Jake, all right, as the vehicle for the Lord's anger to get at you, Jakes, that want to continue to stay rebellious and not repent, man. You know,
Wow.
so as
Wow.
with everything that we're seeing about to take place with with these deportations. All right, Esau's gonna start, killing you, Jake, straight out, man. He's starting light now, man. It's just gonna intensify as we get, deeper into Jacob's trouble, man.
That's it. And that's what we're going to get those examples in this lesson. All right. So let's go ahead and get to the first clip, man. Incredible times, man. Like, hey, the end has come. Dope time to be alive. That's right, brother, man. Shit is happening. All right.
Right.
Again, hey, the world, as we say, the world is moving off the vibration of the prophets, man. All right. And the words of the Lord are speaking constantly every day. Right.
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and get into it. Check this out. Pay attention to this. This is wild right here. Let me pull it up. Listen closely.
I'll make it as quick as possible. My name is Martin Alvarado. I'm a bounty hunter by trade. I've been introduced by my agency. I'm from Seattle. Tacoma called me and told me that as the waves go through, this is the first wave. The second and third is when they're going to hire us. The ICE is going to hire us bounty hunters, and they're going to be giving $1,500 to $1,000 per legal. How are you going to stop us from coming through? Because we don't have to worry about warrants. We don't really have to follow too many of the laws. And if we're going to be deputized by ICE, we can pretty much do anything we want.
You got to stop it right there, man. ICE is deputizing bounty hunters, man. All right. So they're taking it to a next level, right? And he said, as you heard him, they're going to have the ability to do whatever they want to do, all right? Which reminds me of what? Isaiah. Let's pull that up. Isaiah 10 and 5. We told you this shit was going to get real, Jake.
That's right.
And who are they making these preparations for? All right, you Israelites. All right, this is Isaiah 10 in verse 5, which it reads, it says, "O Assyrian, the rod of my anger." All right, who's the Assyrian now? The Edomite, so-called white man. Okay, and this is that cruel Lord, as it tells you in Isaiah 19. The Lord was going to set up a cruel Lord over the people, right? Isaiah 10 and 5, it says, "O Assyrian, the rod of my anger and the staff in their hand is my indignation." So what we're seeing, this wrath that's coming from the Assyrian, the Edomite now, is really the wrath of the Lord. As we read earlier in Psalms 13 and Psalm 17 verse 13, the wicked is the sword of the Most High. All right. So it says the staff, and the staff represents power.
Mhm.
And the staff in their hand is my indignation. All right. Verse 6, the point. "I will send him against a hypocritical nation." All right. That's you Israelites. "And against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey, and they should and to tread them down like the mire in the street." So as we just heard from this this bounty hunter dude, he's like, look, once ICE deputizes us, we're gonna have free range to do what the hell we want to do. All right. So we telling you, Jake, this shit is about to get brutal. All right. You got something, priest, you want to add in?
I want to go back to that Psalms real quick because I wanted to bring out verse 14 just to reiterate, to showing you that this is Esau that the Lord is about to unleash on Jake.
Let's go
So
back.
reading again.
Let me pull it up.
Psalm Con.
All right. Psalm 17:13.
Yep. Psalm 17:13. It says, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, from men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world which have their portion in this life." So just adding to what you were just saying, because Esau Edom is about to fight for his kingdom, because these Edomites can see that Babylon the Great is falling, man. And so the blame that they look at as why this country is in disarray is because of Jake. The migrants. All right. Now they're aiming at the southern kingdom. You see they're persecuting the so-called Haitians, the Levites.
Yep.
And it's going to eventually trickle down to you so-called African Americans, you niggas, the American born, Israelites over here, man.
That's right.
So these devils is the sword of the Most High, man, and He's about to unleash all hell upon you niggas out here, man. You know, which is why we continually tell you, Jakes, you need to repent. If you want protection from this, you need to repent, man.
Serious business, brother. Any more?
That was the point.
Okay, let's go back and finish that off. Back in Isaiah. All right, back in Isaiah 10:5. Again, it says, "O Assyrian, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation." Verse 6, Isaiah 10:6, it says, I will send him against a hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge. Right? Meaning he's going to give the Assyrian full authority to have his way on Jake, man. Okay? And it says, I will give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire in the streets, man. Jake is about to get fucking slaughtered out here, man. He's 2/3. This is what we're trying to tell you. Every day we see it, how these Edomites are vocalizing and showing you how much hatred they have for you niggas, man. And we say niggas, we're talking about all the tribes, man. Yep. This is not a game. These devils have declared war on your ass, man. Okay? It's getting ready to happen, man. Right? So let's go back, finish the video off. This is serious business, man. Let's go back from the beginning.
I'll make it as quick as possible. My name is Martin Alvarado. I'm a bounty hunter by trade. I've been introduced by my agency. I'm from Seattle. Tacoma called me and told me that as the waves go through, this is the first wave. The second and third is when they're going to hire us. The ICE is going to hire us bounty hunters, and they're going to be giving $1,500 to $1,000 per legal. How are you going to stop us from coming through? Because we don't have to worry about warrants. We don't really have to follow too many of the laws. And if we're going to be deputized by ICE, we can pretty much do anything we want. They're already going over there and creating the squads as we speak now. That's why they called me.
I got to add on to that. And I've talked about this multiple times in my lessons. All right. They're militarizing the police. All right. They're deputizing these Edomites. As you see, these bounty hunters, right? These Edomite hate groups. All right. KKK, you know, what else? Pride, the Proud Boy, whatever, you know. All them Edomite groups, they already got them together. They're prepping, they're getting them in order. You see what I'm saying? They're mounting up the troops, man, to come after who? Israel. Yep. Right? This is not a game. Niggas laughing and high-heeing and shit, but shit, it's about to be war out in these streets, man. Okay? Evils and only evils, Ezekiel the 7th chapter, right?
The squads as we speak now. That's why they called me. So as soon as I get back with my squad in Tacoma, we will be coming down the state. $1,000 per illegal is a pretty good price just to do things that you kind of enjoy.
Salakia, to keep stopping. Hey, this is some slave catcher shit, man.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what it is. Hey, the nigga said he wanted to make America great again. Hey, they taking it back to the black and white days, man. Straight up.
This is what elders been talking about. You know, Esau bringing back that scientific racism. You know, that showing that ancient hatred going, back to Esau and Jacob. But this hatred that they're displaying now is what we've been warning Jake that Esau has been hiding from the jump. All right, just because you wasn't getting hung and burned anymore, don't think that these devils' feelings change, man. You know, right. Can I get a quick one real quick?
You got it, brother. Take your time.
This is real quick, just since we on this topic. This is Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." And so all you Jakes that was rallying for Trump to get in office, thinking that he was going to help bring this country back to its prominence, you had no clue that this man's whole MO was to pretty much put you niggas back into slavery, because that's all this is really going back to, man. Yeah. All right. Because hey, when these people rounding y'all what they're taking y'all to concentration camps, man. Alligator, Alcatraz, El Salvador, these different prisons. You were going to concentration camps, man. It says verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. And so this devil is showing you that hatred's still in him. All right,
Yeah.
it never changed. And when Trump came back this second time, it's like that shit amplified. We saw it the first time when he was in office, but this second time it's a whole new level, man. Like this is that ancient Edomite hatred that's being on display, man, because it's the anger of the Most High that's flowing through him, man.
Yeah, that's that perpetual hatred that's been activated, man.
Exactly.
You see, and just to add on to what you said, even going back, how many years? 8, 9 years ago, when Trump first got in, right? Even going back to the campaign of the slogan of "Making America Great Again." When has America ever been great for the tribes?
True.
So when they was pushing that, the spirit was like, yo, like, what are they really talking about? They talking about when they had their fucking foots on your neck, when they was hanging you from trees and burning you alive. Right? That's what they talking about, man. It had nothing about, America going back to, being the top, nation. No, it was about ruling over you niggas, man.
That's right.
Let's go back.
$1,000 per illegal is a pretty good price just to do things that you kind of enjoy. How or what you guys are going to do to stop that? Are you going to pay us more? Are you going to pay us $2,000 to just leave them alone?
I think you should be making those kind of comments and really create big panic right now.
I'm not creating panic. I'm trying to give you guys informed of what's going
You're
on.
comparing numbers right now. You shouldn't be doing that.
Well, I'm just stating a fact of what are you guys going to do to stop us from doing our job.
Maybe you shouldn't be doing that job at all.
Why?
We're
What part of illegal don't you understand?
You can't put a price in.
You can put a price on every human being.
You hear what he's saying? You can put a price on any human being, man. And you see the people in the court here, acting all scary and shit, trying to deflect. He's letting you know, look, this is what they're recruiting us to do. You see?
Precept for you.
Go ahead, Op.
This is Psalms chapter 73 and verse 8. It says, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. That's what we're hearing. This nigga really said that everybody has a price, that once they get that jurisdiction to be able to go do what they want, they're not going to have any qualms about doing what they want to Jake, man. And that it goes beyond them just putting handcuffs on Jake and taking them to jail. No, if they want to beat on niggas, they want to rape you, they want to whatever, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, they're not bound by the laws, man.
Come on, man. It's about to be open fucking season on Jake, man. Hey, this is why this is why we tell you to fear the Lord, man. The Lord is fed up with Jake, man. Okay, all of Israel. This is why it's called repeating what Elder Apostle Ramla said. It's called Jacob's trouble for a reason, man. Okay, this devil is about to get active. All right, this is what we're listening to. Let's finish it out.
Understand?
You can't put a price in.
You can put a price on every human being. Every human is worth $1 amount.
It's not right.
Well, that's not right. That's your problem. If you don't,
all right, so we're gonna have to ask you to stop. And around here we don't refer to people as illegals.
I'm not going to get
they're
politically
human
correct
beings
because it bothers you guys. Your sensitivity is not our problem.
Well, it is my problem.
Is a problem.
You know what? It is my problem.
Stating to beware because
it's time for you to be quiet.
Us.
It's time for you to be quiet. It's time for you to be quiet and leave.
Why? Because I'm telling the truth?
Because you don't even have the cojones to wear a
exactly. Why? Because he's telling the truth, right? And they hurt, man. They scared, man. Because look, this shit is really happening. Trump is really pushing this spirit, man. Okay, these Edomites are literally mounting up the troops. Okay, it's going to be martial law. We're already in the police state, as we talked about, man. Okay, mass surveillance, Palantir, the AI, all of this shit, man, which we'll get into in the second half of this lesson here, man. But it's all here. Okay.
The truth?
Because you don't even have the cojones to wear take off the mask, bro. That's why. Then there you go. You got some? Now get out of here. Take them with you. Goodbye.
Oh, see me again.
Okay, yeah.
Man. Crazy.
Man.
You see? Let's grab some scriptures here. We're telling Jake, man. But is Jake listening, right? Who has believed our report, like it tells us in Romans, right? Romans 10th chapter. Who's believed our report, man? Who's listening? Right? This is Lamentations 4. Okay. Lamentations 4:17. It says, as for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. And that's all you goofy ass niggas out there that trusted in the politics, the voting process. You believe the lies of Biden and Trump. Okay. Now look where that's got you. Okay. You trusted in the same nation that put your ass in captivity, man. That's constantly shitting on you and oppressing you, man.
Yep.
Verse 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go on our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. You see that? And that's what this man is literally doing. Okay. They're preparing these troops, these ICE agents, the bounty hunters, whatever. All right. They're preparing to hunt Jake down. Okay. In the streets, as we see it now, deportations, people are just getting snatched up without no warrants, no type of cause. All right. If they catch you slipping out there, hey, they could just run up on you and put you in a fucking van somewhere, man. And you're gone. Okay. It's reports of like over 300,000 so-called migrants just disappeared out of nowhere and nobody knows where they at. Right? Verse 19. It's not a game. It says, verse 19, it says, Lamentations 4:19. It says, our persecutors, who are the persecutors? The Edomites. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They lay wait for us in the wilderness, right? And that's what's going on right now, man. Okay? They're coming down upon Jake swiftly, man. Okay? Rounding niggas up left and right. You know? Yeah, some priest?
Oh, no, you got it.
And let me add one more in there before I get my next scripture. Because I was just thinking about that. Zechariah, let me pull that up. Zechariah 11.
Oh, I had that earlier.
Okay, God, it's a spirit. All right, Zechariah 11:5. It's like, man, as we watch this stuff, it's like the scriptures just come to life, man. You know,
Yep.
They become more vivid, right?
I read it.
Okay, go ahead. You got it.
Zechariah 11:5. It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Right. So who are the possessors? The Edomites. Okay. And who are they slaying? You Israelites. And it says, and hold themselves not guilty, as you just heard from the bounty hunter guy. He said, look, man, they don't have to abide by any laws. And it's the same thing going on with these ICE agents, right? Let me pull that in the screen too. Right?
The fact that he said, what are y'all going to do to stop us? This lets you know where they coming, how they coming.
Man. Goodness gracious, man. You see? And we told you, Trump has given these ICE agents, these deputized Edomites, whatever, the police, he's giving them the green light, man. He's giving them full immunity, man. You see?
Yeah. You got to remember during the January 6th thing, what he told them? He told the Proud Boys to stand down and be ready.
Man.
What was that? That was a code. That was code talk. Look, just hold off, and I'm gonna let y'all know when it's time to get busy. Well, we seeing that now, man. Yeah, all right. These are these KKK, racist Edomites that why you think they covering their faces up, man? Right. You know, we know exactly who these damn devils are, man.
Finish it out. You got it.
It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Right. So the point, man, again, these devils, they hold themselves not guilty because they're not bound by their own laws. Okay, they're not held accountable, man. You notice that everybody that's getting snatched up, it's all Jake. Ain't no Edomites getting deported. There's an agenda after you. This is war. As we said, he's openly declared war against you Israelites right in your face, man. right? And that's why, as we see, let's pull this up. Right. Matter of fact, before we pull that up, let's get that scripture in Ezekiel 21. Read that for me, and then I'm gonna pull it in the chat GPT.
Ezekiel 21 and start at verse 8. It
Con.
said, again, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord, say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
Right. Is this the time to be fucking partying, Israelite party, jumping around the screen, trying to be a rapper, a singer and shit?
Right.
All this goofball shit that you see amongst these other groups. We ain't in the time, but for none of that shit, man.
That's
Okay.
right.
This man is getting ready to come after everybody, man. Every camp, every so-called black nationalist, right? Jacob. Go ahead.
Because if I can add to that, because it's starting off with the quote unquote migrants. But Trump has already made mention of, he said, anybody that's deemed a criminal, and like we were talking about yesterday, that definition of criminal can be broadened to anybody that's against America. Like Joe Rogan said, that the chick got deported for writing something bad about the small hats, man. So as these things progressively, widen and their target expands to who they really want, which is the men of the Lord. All right, you Israelites out here. That's when you're going to see that, okay, we're officially in Jacob's trouble, because all you stupid niggas that want to walk around with your fringes showing, hey, they're going to have y'all up first.
Right.
Right.
Man, you got it up.
It says, verse 10 again, it says, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. And he have given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer.
You got it.
So hey, Esau is that slayer, man. All right. Hey, the Lord is going to unleash this man on the wicked of our people, and they're going to be at the mercy of Esau, man. Which we know that there is no mercy according to him, man. So you're going to see all types of jail, imprisonment, murder, rape, torture, whatever is in his sick, twisted mind, he's gonna do upon Israel, and it's gonna be all allowed because Yahweh Shemel Shai is using this nigga to do this shit.
Yeah, it's all ordained, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's read that in the chat GPT, right? The breakdown, real quick. Ezekiel 21:9. So it's the Son of Man prophesied, say, thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It says a sword emphasizes the intensity and seriousness of what's coming. This is what we've been trying to warn Jacob about for years, man. Okay, this is not a light thing, man. All right, and you got niggas talking about Jacob trouble ain't coming, as Jacob's trouble is gay, and why are y'all so obsessed with the destruction and all of this stuff? Because it's prophecy, man. Because the Lord said that the Lord commanded us to come out here and warn our people of these things, man.
That's right.
Okay, it says. A sword emphasizes the intensity and seriousness of what is coming. Repeating the word sword creates a sense of urgency and the inevitable judgment of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
The sword here is a metaphor of God's wrath or judgment that is about to be unleashed on the people of Israel or their enemies, all right? Which we know that this is dealing with Jake.
Right.
Okay. It says, sharpen means that the sword is ready to strike. It is prepared and effective in dealing damage. Furbished means polished or made ready, giving the sword a glittering appearance, suggesting that it is both ready and terrifying, man. Okay, straight up terrors are coming down upon America, man, upon Jake. Verse 10, a sore slaughter. It says refers to a brutal or devastating destruction. The sword is not just sharpened for some minor conflict, but for something severe and destructive, which we've been warning you that it was coming. Okay, we're all waiting for whatever it is that the Lord is about to bring, man. It's gonna be crucial, man.
That's right.
It's gonna be devastating. It says, should we then make mirth? The rhetorical question here suggests, in the face of such impending judgment, there is no reason to rejoice or celebrate. So what the hell are these camps doing? Okay, niggas is celebrating marriages and party videos and everything's gonna be on the cake, putting that wrong spirit out there, man. There's no reason to celebrate. Hey, right now, being an Israelite is about to be how you say the word an infamous thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got Jake running, like you said, Jake walking around with the fringes all out in private, no type of discernment, you know, no type of cloak, just out there being stupid, man. Like you said, they're gonna be the first ones to get snatched up. And then we do know that a lot of these camps as well are bought and paid for, so they're going to use some of these guys to participate into some type of event to get the whole ministry blamed anyway.
Exactly.
So we see that shit coming, right?
Gotta grab a quick one for you.
You got it, bro.
Like you said, you got all these camps that's giving the wrong message out. We're constantly talking about the the warning, because this is the mindset that our people are supposed to be prepared for.
Right.
This is 1 Corinthians 14:8. It says, "For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle?" And you're not getting the correct sound from these other camps, man. Here it is. These people are talking about weddings, Israelite party, trying to be, a celebrity on social media and all this other stuff. But they're not giving you the warnings like what we're going into. You'll never hear these Israelite camps talking about what was just showing the screen of what that Edomite was saying. You don't hear them go into prophecy dealing with the next coming steps of where we're headed in prophecy. All they're worried about is having a good time here, man. Yeah. So they're giving an uncertain sound. That's why a lot of their congregation, if they don't come out of that madness, they're gonna die with their leaders, man.
Yeah, niggas out there marching by the thousands, man. Up and down the streets and shit. Like all of that's unnecessary, man.
Exactly.
For what purpose? To be seen to push a brand, all right. To have that that commercial shit that we see, man. All that's gonna do is just get them jammed up anyway, man.
And we found out with that they had to ask Esau to even do that shit.
Oh,
so that let you know that, man. Yeah, because you can't march with on the street like that without the police making that available for you, because you're impeding traffic. So they already let you know they sold out, man.
Oh my goodness, man. Let's go back. It says, read it on. So it says there is no reason to rejoice or celebrate. It is a time of sorrow and repentance, not one for happiness. All right, IUIC.
Right.
It says it condemneth the rod of my son as every tree. It says the rod of my son refers to the leadership or authority of the king. In the context of Israel, this would likely refer to the Davidic line. The sword condemneth, disregards, or rejects this authority, meaning God's judgment will come regardless of human power or kingship. The phrase "as every tree" indicates that no one will escape. Just as every tree is subject to the sword's blade, so will every person be subject to God's judgment. Man, it says this passage is a warning of the coming destruction, emphasizing that God's judgment will not be thwarted by human authority or power. Authority by human authority or power. It's a stark reminder that there are times when judgment must come, and no amount of joy or celebration can change that.
Hey, I got you right here for that. This is 1 Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel?
Ooh,
so like the elder just read, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the Most High. And so, like it said, nobody can stop this oncoming judgment from happening, because it's ordained by the Most High, man. All right, like it says in 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter, the Lord is no longer holding his tongue concerning the wickedness that's going on the earth, man. All right, the Lord is tired of seeing Jake, act a damn fool. All right, all over the world, man. Now it's time for if you're not in order, if you're not, repenting and of use for the Lord, he's gonna get rid of you, man. And he's gonna send you out in the worst way possible.
Man, time for niggas to go.
Yeah.
Finishing it out, it says it's a stark reminder that there are times when judgment must come, and no amount of joy or celebration can change that. The imagery of the sword is meant to instill fear. but also to call people to repentance before it's too late. Man, have we not been seeing this?
Yeah.
Goodness, man. All right, let's go on to the next point.
If I can
Right.
say one more thing on that too, because hearing all this, the question that you should have in your mind is, what do I need to do so that I can be protected from this? Jake ain't thinking like that when they hear these things. It's like, all right, well, you know, that's cool. All right, yeah, it's scary, but then they go right back to what they was doing, man.
Yeah, they
You know,
don't really
because
believe it.
yeah, it's not affecting them right now in their personal space, man. But hey, brothers have been seeing this. You know, we've been seeing this with people at work, different people, you know, in our day to day. Hey, they're being affected by this, man. Northern Kingdom is getting grabbed up. You know,
Huh.
hey, certain restaurants and places that we've been to, they're not the same no more because the help is gone. You know,
Yep.
This is affecting us whether you realize it or not, man.
Facts. Big facts.
So you want to make sure that you're looking for that protection. You want to have that hedge coming into these times, because if you don't, hey, I feel sorry for you, man. Lord willing, we got that.
That's it. We fighting for that hedge, man. So add some more to this news and prophecy here. All right. It says here in this article that came out today, violence against ICE agents drastically spikes up nearly 700%. Right. And I said this the other day or yesterday when I did the lesson, right? All of these deportations, families being separated, people being snatched up, eventually it's going to cause Jake to rise up. It's going to cause some type of tension, civil war. All right. People are going to start fighting against the ICE agents or whatever. There's going to be clashes out here, man. Okay. And this is going to be used to enforce what? The police state and martial law. Okay. It's the perfect setup, right? Let's pull that up. Bear with me. Why is it not playing? Hold on. Oh, here we go. Salakia.
It's an important one, Will. A scary jump in the number of attacks on ICE agents, as they, of course, have been ramping up enforcement efforts under President Trump. DHS telling Fox today that assaults are up nearly 700%. There were 10 assaults from January through June last year. This year, 79 assaults. And to think some Democrats are throwing a fit over agents using face coverings as they arrest criminal illegal immigrants. Some say immigrants, I say aliens, go figure. Next up, President Trump says
Jake Cook. Anyway, let me get this scripture too. So eventually it's all going to come to a boiling point. All right. This is can you read this for me out? 2 Ezra 15:14 down.
Yep. 2 Ezra 15 and 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Mm-hmm.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands."
Right. So there's going to be pretty much Jake standing up. You know, these Edomites clashing with Jake. These migrants, is going to be civil war.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You gonna have these people drawing guns, all right, against the agents and all of that, man. Going back to what we just saw here in the article, that the attacks against these ICE agents are up 700%, and it's only going to continue to climb. Okay, because like I was talking to the elder brothers, I said, look, when as you see, they coming after the Southern Kingdom, right? Hey, Southern Kingdom ain't gonna really go for that shit, man. All right, there's videos that talking about how these Haitians are standing up and fighting against the ICE agents now. You know, so it's going to be some fighting. It's going to be some clashes. It's going to be some death out here, man. Okay,
Right.
we see it coming, right?
And that just kind of show you that's going to be Genesis 49 coming. Was that 49 and 9? That young lion being roused up.
Yep.
That's what it's going to take for Judah to start popping off first, and the rest of the tribes are going to follow suit.
Exactly. We see it. This is the beginning of it. You got it up.
Mm-hmm. Verse 16, 2 Ezra 15 and 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power."
Yeah, that's the point we getting to, man. All right, Jake ain't gonna give a fuck about some ICE and some police and shit like that, man. It's gonna get turned up.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be blood poured out here in the streets, man. Okay, bodies out here.
Yep.
Right? They're not gonna. There's not gonna be no type of authority or nothing, man. Okay, law and order is gonna go out the window at some point, man, and it's gonna be over. You got it, brother.
Yeah, they let them ICE agents try to abduct one of these YN's mama or grandma, aunties, and they end up, doing something in front of them. They're gonna crash out.
Oh yeah.
So this is the spirit of the Lord rousing up both sides, man.
God.
Verse 17, it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able."
Yeah, it's gonna be roadblocks. It's gonna be martial law. Cities cut off. You see what I'm saying? All types of shit. Go ahead.
For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
It's gonna be a terrible time, like no other. All right. Great violence in the land. Deadly serious times. Go ahead.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Yeah, and this is all going to happen when there's no more law and order.
Yep.
All right. When the when the police or whatnot can't control the people and shit like that. When there's not enough military power and all of that shit, man, it's just going to be total chaos. All right. And this is the beginning stages that we see that are beginning to play out now.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the brother put on the comment board, a lawless society is coming, man.
That's right.
And Esau is revving this up on purpose because he's going to allow things to get wicked for a little bit before he, quote unquote, reestablishes order with that martial law. So all this is just he's stirring the pot because he wants these things to happen. Because when it gets to that point and Jake is pretty much living like the fucking Mad Max out here, then they're gonna bring in that order and it's gonna start fast tracking that police state even further, man.
Man, it's crazy. Man, let's get this too. Let's go back. I just wanted to go back to this article. We brought it out last time, but just highlighting the just to add in to what everything that we saw in these clips. This came out on June 25th, 2025. This is from the Guardian. It says the alarming rise of U.S. officers hiding behind mask, a police state. All right, we're already in it. Okay, let's jump down. It says somewhere. How you say that word? Balaclavas.
Balaclavas, something like that.
Yeah, I'm beating it up, Salakia. Somewhere balaclavas. It says somewhere neck gaiters, sunglasses, and hats. Somewhere masks and casual clothes. And there's reports on the internet now of people acting like pretending ICE agents, and they're raping women.
Yep.
They're running up on the Northern Kingdom girls, right? Claiming to be ICE agents. If you don't have sex with them, all right, they're gonna kill them. Shit like that. So this shit about to get, man. It says across the country, armed federal immigration officers have increasingly hidden their identities while carrying out immigration raids, arresting protesters and roughing up prominent Democratic critics, right? And why are they hiding their identities? Because they don't want to be seen, okay? Because they know that people are going to come after them, right? It's a trend. It's a trend that has sparked alarm among civil rights and law enforcement experts alike. Mike German, a former FBI agent, said officers' widespread use of masks was unprecedented in U.S. law enforcement and a sign of a rapidly eroding democracy, right? Democracy, America, all that shit is out the window, man. All right. What's right? What's wrong? Moral ethics, that shit is done, man.
Yep.
Okay. As we just heard from the bounty hunter. Hey, what you gonna do about it? Okay. Right. We're gonna play that back again later. But it says masking symbolizes the drift of law enforcement away from democratic controls, he said. Exactly, because it's gonna be free game. Okay. What else can we take from it, man? I just want to hit these points. Bear with me. So it says, were you surprised by the frequent reports of federal officers covering their faces and refusing to identify themselves, especially during the recent immigration raids and protests in Los Angeles? He says it's absolutely shocking and frightening to see masked agents who are also poorly identified in the way they are dressed, using force in public without clearly identifying themselves, right? And that adds to what we said. There's going to be more deputized Edomites that are going to take matters in their own hands, and they're going to be doing shit too. It says, our country is known for having democratic control over law enforcement. When it's hard to tell who a masked individual is working for, it's hard to accept that is a legitimate use of authority.
Right.
It is particularly important for officers to identify themselves when they are making arrests. It's important for the person being arrested and for community members who might be watching that they might understand this is a law enforcement activity. But hey, Trump is overturning this shit, man. You know? You gonna say something, Priest?
No, I just found it funny because when you had the No Kings protest, Trump was saying, you know, don't wear your mask. You know, come out if you don't support. Like, hey, come out there and you know with your face showing. But then he turns a blind eye to this shit. So the Edomites can go and round up people who have their face completely covered. But when Jake is protesting, he wants them to wear to wear their face out.
Yeah, exactly. And the rest reads on. You just want to read them points again. Let me see what else before we move on. Bear with me. It says it's great when federal, state, and local legislators pass laws requiring accountability, but those measures cannot be successful if police aren't expected by their own leaders to abide by those rules. Man, see? Shit is lawless. All right. And this is what I have made mention of this the other day. They're rounding up Jake, they rounding up Ishmael, they rounding up Elam, they're rounding up Ham. Okay, they rounded up anybody of black and brown color. All right.
Yep. I got
you gotta go ahead, Doc.
Psalm 73:5. It says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Because just as what you just said,
right.
All right, everybody is you know at risk of being you know deported except Edomites. So Esau is declaring you know he's waging war on everybody that's coming into the country. But like we said at camp yesterday, what about the Ukrainian migrants? What about the South African migrants? What about these different Edomites from these other different countries coming in? But they're mainly concerned with mainly Jake, but then you also got, like you mentioned, Ham, Elam, Ishmael, and all them other, you know, heathen. But the main one is Jake, you know. And if Jake was to sit here and do this type of shit, you know, with the mask on, just running around, man, and Esau didn't have a fit. But since this is his country, he makes the laws. He can break his own laws. This is his country, man.
Yes, it. This is his heaven.
Because
you know he's in his kingdom.
Yeah. When you look at what Trump is literally showing that he doesn't give a fuck about what the government is cool with, the Senate, none of that. Because so most of the stuff that he's doing, the government is not agreeing with it. He's just overturning it because it's showing you he's like you said that he's that cruel lord. He's that dictator, man.
That's it. Let's play that part back and then we'll move on. But man, you see how crucial this shit is getting, man. Right. Let me go back to that video. I know a brother in the comment board had asked for this clip. I got it off the gram. I think it was off Tyrese's page. he had posted it, man. I said, "Oh, I got to get that." But let's just play it back. You know, for those that just catching the lesson. You know,
I'll make it as quick as possible. My name is Martin Alvarado. I'm a bounty hunter by trade. I've been introduced by my agency. I'm from Seattle. Tacoma called me and told me that as the waves go through, this is the first wave. The second and third is when they're going to hire us. The ICE is going to hire us bounty hunters, and they're going to be giving $1,500 to $1,000 per legal. How are you going to stop us from coming through? Because we don't have to worry about warrants. We don't really have to follow too many of the laws. And if we're going to be deputized by ICE, we can pretty much do anything we want. They're already going over there and creating the squads as we speak now. That's why they called me. So as soon as I get back with my squad in Tacoma, we will be coming down the state. $1,000 per illegal is a pretty good price just to do things that you kind of enjoy. How or what you guys are going to do to stop that? Are you going to pay us more? Are you going to pay us $2,000 to just leave them alone?
Like, you should be making those kind of comments. We're going to create panic right now.
I'm not creating panic. I'm trying to give you guys informed of what's going
You're
on.
comparing numbers right now. You shouldn't be doing that.
Well, I'm just stating a fact of what are you guys going to do to stop us from doing our job.
Maybe you shouldn't be doing that job at all.
Why?
We're
What part of illegal don't you understand?
Can't put a price in.
You can put a price on every human being.
Can't.
Every human is worth a dollar amount.
It's not right.
Well, that's not right. That's your problem. If you don't
All right, so we're gonna have to ask you to stop. You know, and around here we don't refer to people as illegals.
I'm not going to get
they're
politically
human
correct
beings.
because it bothers you guys. But your sensitivity is not our problem.
Well, it is
aiding and
it is my
abetting
problem.
It's a problem.
You know what? It is my problem.
Stating to beware because
Well, it's
they are
time for you to be
hiring
quiet.
us.
It's time for you to be quiet. It's time for you to be quiet and leave
Why? Because I'm telling the truth.
because you don't even have the cojones to wear take off the mask, bro. That's why. Then there you go. You got some? Now get out of here. Take them with you. Goodbye.
Oh, see me again.
Okay, yeah.
Woo, man. Powerful stuff, man. All right. Let's move on. You have something you want to add real quick, Out?
Nah, I'm just laughing at that. That shows you this society is through, man. Like the nigga was literally telling you what's about to go on, and because it hurt, this society is so ran off feelings that they can't even accept when truth is being said, man.
Right.
And that's a major deflecting tactic that a lot of people use because it offends them. They don't want to accept the truth, you know. But Romans 3:3, man. That don't stop none of this stuff from happening just because you don't believe it's happening.
Yeah. Well, like you said yesterday, you can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences, right?
Exactly.
Man, moving on here. My guy right here, Secular Talk. Let's play a little bit of this. It says, proof MAGA is a fascist death cult, the Kyle Kulinski show. All right, let's play a little bit of that. Here we go.
A bunch of people out there have the theory that, look, some of Trump's recent actions are going to create a rift in the base. And that rift in the base is basically going to make it so that it's much easier to oppose Trump. It's much easier to twist Trump's arm, apply pressure, maybe even get some wins out of him, right? You've heard the theory before. We've all heard the theory before. There's going to be the populist left and the populist right will get together. And whenever Trump steps out of line, they'll hold him accountable. You know, if he starts bombing Iran, they're going to turn on him. I mean, we've all heard this, right? Josh Hawley, supposedly a populist right Republican senator. We were told that he's the only one standing in between the American public and Medicaid cuts. Well, you're not going to be surprised to learn that Josh Hawley, while he was saying, this bill is bad and it cuts Medicaid and I don't like it, he says in the next breath, and by the way, I'm for it. I'm going to vote for it. And he did. He voted for it. So there is no populist right. The populist right are complete and utter frauds. At the end of the day, they all wind up being Dick Cheney or George W. Bush. There is no right-wing politician constituency for protecting Medicaid, protecting Medicare, pro-union, pro-raising the minimum wage. When push comes to shove, they all fall in line and they all become standard establishment MAGA Republicans. And they will do Trump's dirty work, and they will do the dirty work of the billionaires and the corporations. Okay, well, we now have some new poll numbers that just came in about the MAGA base and how they're currently feeling about Trump. And man, do I think this is telling. Because again, Trump's second term has been a horror show, wall-to-wall horror show. I literally can't think of a single thing he's done that's been positive. I can in the first term. In the first term, he pardoned Alice Johnson. That was great. He did the First Step Act. That was great. He killed the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. That was good. I can get I'm reasonable. He banned bump stocks. I'll give credit where credit is due. But in this second term, there is no credit. It's just a horror show. It's just a nightmare. He's totally unhinged, totally unchained. There are no guardrails. He surrounded himself with sycophantic yes men. He's gone full fascist. He's gone full robber baron. I mean, this is like the worst thing I've ever seen. I didn't think it was possible to appear more evil than George W. Bush's time in office. But here we are. So is the
Yeah, here we are. Hey, this man is showing his horns. These devils are not hiding shit no more. Right? As we told you.
base now flipping? Is the base now holding him accountable? Well, let's find out.
So we're going to look at the strongly approved number. So this isn't just Republicans who like Donald Trump. This is Republicans who love Donald Trump. And he's up like a rocket. Look at this. In July 2017, the strongly approved was 53%. That's pretty good. But look at where he is now. 63% of Republicans strongly approve of the job that Donald Trump is doing about 5 months into his presidency. Republicans love Donald Trump the way that Americans love Disney World. The bottom line is 63%. That is a huge, huge base. And of course, it's just part of a Republican base in which about 90% of them overall approve of him, including the somewhat approves as well.
All right. So do you understand what he's saying there? He's saying Trump today, the number of Republicans in the base that, quote, strongly approve of Trump, that number is more than any politician's base has ever felt about the president of their party. So his base has gotten stronger. His base has gotten more into him. They love him more now than they ever have before. The totally unhinged Trump, the sadistic, malevolent, evil, fascist Trump. His base looks at that and they go, more of that.
Yeah, that's these Edomites. We told y'all. That's why I wanted to play this clip. These Edomites are showing their true colors. They like, hell yeah, man. Kill these niggas. Get rid of these niggas, man. All right? Get rid of these migrants, man. Make America white again. Fuck these people, man. If it ain't white, it ain't right. You know? That's the spirit they come in. This is what we try to tell you goofy niggas. You niggas marching around talking about, I'm an American, right? You want to rub elbows with these devils, right? These Edomites don't give a fuck about y'all, man. And that's why we say, the hell with you stupid niggas, man. Right? They are with this shit. Like I said yesterday, the alligator Alcatraz, the torture and the shit they doing to these migrants, because you got to understand, like you said earlier, Priest, not to rant, but that definition of criminal is broadened, man. Okay, if you're simply an undocumented migrant, right, you're a criminal in the eyes of these Edomites. You could be undocumented and not be doing any type of crime. You could just be having an honest living. But the fact that you don't have your documentation, you don't so-called belong here, you're a criminal, man. You see? So and these devils don't give a fuck. That's the point I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah. It's to the point to where if you don't agree with what he's doing, you can be branded a criminal. So guys like this dude, or even us, we could be branded that just off of what we're saying. I had a quick one.
You got it, brother.
This is Isaiah 19:4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, save the Lord of hosts. And as this dude is breaking down, that's Trump all day, man. It's plain as day. Because as he said, he called MAGA a fascist death cult. So I looked up what that word fascist meant. Damn commercial, hold on.
You got it.
So this is off a free dictionary. Fascism, it says a system of government marked by a centralization of authority under a dictator, a capitalist economy subject to a stringent government control, violent suppression of the opposition, and typically a policy of belligerent nationalism and racism. And that's what Trump is bringing, but it's going to go even a step further, because what you're starting to realize as you see who he surrounded himself with in his cabinet, he's going beyond fascism. He's going to this totalitarianism with the agenda of the elites. Yeah. Because everything that he's doing, that's not him off of his own merit. This is what they're telling him to do to bring forth what they want.
And like I said, you see these Edomites, they smile in your face, but this is how they feel. They with Trump. They with his actions, man. All right. All this, I got Edomite friends and shit like that. That's all bullshit, man. A lot of majority of these Edomites are with this spirit, man, this energy, man. This is what we're trying to tell Jake, man. Jake is so, caught up on trying to be equal and to fit in and shit, man. These devils, they want you dead, man. Right?
Like the scripture say, why tremors thou waves to seek love?
That's
So
it.
you still got you have niggas justifying Trump right now, bro. All right, what he's doing is actually a good thing. They're showing you Jake's got to go.
Jake's got to go. Right? Let's play a little bit more. We'll move on to the second point. We'll wrap this thing up. I pray that I'm not being long-winded, but we got to make these points, right? Let's play a little bit more. Bear with me. All right, here we go.
That's what we want. That's what we love. That base is rock solid. I've told you guys a million times, but the number is anywhere between 26% and 33% of the country is flat out in a Kool-Aid drinking fascist death cult. And this validates that. This proves that. 63% strongly support him in his base more than any other president and their base. And over 90% at least somewhat approve of him. All right, we're not done.
That's it. And that's it. That's all I wanted to show you that these Edomites, they're with it, man. All right. That perpetual hatred. Right. Anyway. So let's move on. All right. Because hey, it's all going down, man. That's all we got to say. All right. Here's some more news and prophecy. Right. This came out today as well. It says managers are using AI to determine raises, promotions, and layoffs. All right. This AI shit is taking over. Let's play this video. And Priest, you can chime in because we want to get into this, the technocrats, the transhumanism shit, right? Mm-hmm. So let's play that a little bit here.
When the internet first came out, there were a lot of people who were skeptical about using it. Think of where we are today. Now technology has evolved and we don't know what we did before it, right? The possibilities for artificial intelligence just beginning. You may not realize that you're already using AI.
Bear with me. Give me 1 second. Let's pull it up. Might have to go to another link. Hold on.
Well, if anything, try to refresh it.
Yeah, let me see. Computer's kind of slowing down. Too much heat coming out. Let's see. Well, women it plays. All right. Come on, man.
They hate it.
They hate him, man. I think I could pull it up on YouTube as well.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna try it like that. There's another link for it. Hold on 1 second. I can't even refresh it.
Yeah, that's
Hold on 1 second. Bear with us. All right. Because we're already like about an hour in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to make these points because you have some heavy stuff lined up. So let's pull that here. Okay, yeah, this might work right here. Excuse me. Okay. This should give me something.
Sleeping beauty. I shall wake her from this cursed spell.
Let that pass. Bear with us. Here we go.
Internet first came out, there were a lot of people who were skeptical about using it. Think of where we are today. Now technology has evolved and we don't know what we did before it, right? The possibilities for artificial intelligence just beginning. You may not realize that you're already using AI, like Siri on your iPhone or Alexa at home. Voice assistants have infiltrated our lives, but not all new AI ideas have been a hit. There have been some misses. The Google Glasses in 2023 offering a hands-free means of viewing content.
Here are the basics of how to use Glass. This is your touchpad. It runs from your temple to your ear. Tap the touchpad to wake up Glass. You should see the display above your line of sight. Adjust it to see everything. The home screen shows a clock. This is your timeline. it's a row of cards. Things to the left are happening now or coming up, like the weather, an upcoming flight, or an event in your calendar. You can tap on any card to see more.
Seemed like a good idea. I don't know anybody who has these. The Google Glass never truly picked up in popularity, partially because it was expensive, $1,500. An AI product that is more affordable is Humane's AI Pen at nearly $700, still steep. The clip-on device supposed to help replace people's reliance on phones.
Hey, what should I get here? 我在这里该点什么呢？
Yeah, I think this is just getting into the AI. All right. Let's just read the article and move on. I thought I was going to actually get into the article there. Salakia. But we'll read a little bit of this and then we'll move on. Again, it says managers are using AI to determine raises, promotions, and layoffs. Jumping down here, it says artificial intelligence isn't just changing workflows, it's deciding who moves up and who gets the boot. According to a resume builder survey, about 1,342 U.S. managers, 6 in 10 said they use AI tools to make decisions about their direct reports. So basically, hey, it's no more bullshitting on the job, right? They got it all. They got it all documented, man. That's crazy. It says even more striking is that most managers who use AI said they turned to it for high stake calls, such as determining raises, promotions, and even who to let go. Okay. And we ain't got to read the rest. That's the points, want to move on to the next point. So again, as we talked about, the AI is the new authority, the new idol. Okay.
Right.
Revelation 13, full effect, right?
Yep.
So let's move on to what we really want to get into here. Which article you want to hit first? I got the
let's hit the Godfather of AI one first.
Okay, got you. All right, so I'll read it and I'll just chime in off you.
Okay.
All right. So this is from the People's Voice. Godfather of AI predicts humans will become extinct by 2030. Man.
And this is what's coming. Like you were just reading in that last article, AI is fixing to replace humans, man. Hey, the Edomite no longer deems humans as useful anymore, man.
Right. It says artificial intelligence will wipe out the human race by 2030. The Godfather of AI has predicted. And in the last lesson I did a couple weeks ago, all right, going into the time frame, all right, the 250 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
That an empire rules, all right, and that 250th year is 2026, all right, and they said that empires don't go past that point. So again, look at the time frames. Okay, let me get that in Job real quick. Can you give me that in Job 20, verse 4 and 5 real quick?
Got you. This is the book of.
You got it. I'll pull it on the screen too.
This is Job chapter 20 and verse 4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphant of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
There you go, man. The triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for the moment. That's the Edomite, man. His time has been cut short. Hey, Revelation, the 20th chapter said that Satan was loose for a season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're approaching the end of his season of rulership, man. Okay, this thing is closing in very fast, right? As it says here, right? Professor Jeffrey Hinton, who has admitted regrets about his part in creating the demonic technology, likened its rapid development to the Industrial Revolution, but warned the machines could take control this time.
Yeah, and this just shows you the fucking mindset of Esau, because at the end of the day, Esau will always he did this with the nukes. Esau will make this technology that will fucking destroy the earth, destroy humanity, and later on try to send warnings out about it, man. This is why, like it says in Second Thessalonians 2, and he's the son of perdition, man.
Yeah.
because really what we want to go into with this, all right, they're predicting that humans will be extinct by 2030 because Esau Edom wants to change your biometric makeup, man. It's not going to be humans anymore. It's going to be his creation because Esau is changing people into his vision of what he wants this world to look like, man.
Shit, man. If the Lord didn't speed up the days, no flesh should be saved. Can I play that real quick? Man, listen to this right here. This is what Priest was talking about, man. This shit is crazy. This is why these Edomites, they gotta go. They have to be dethroned.
The human race to endure, right? You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
yes,
I don't know. I would.
And this devil Peter Thiel is a small hat, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you know how, and you know where their mind is at, right?
I would.
This is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions implicit
Should
in this.
the human race survive?
Yes.
Okay.
But I also would I also would like us to radically solve these problems.
Right.
And so it's always, I don't know, transhumanism is this, the ideal was this radical transformation where your human natural body gets transformed into an immortal body. And there's a critique of, let's say, the trans people in a sexual context, or I don't know, transvestite is someone who changes their clothes and cross dresses, and a transsexual is someone where you change your, penis into a vagina.
Now, real quick, you hear this shit he's saying. Now, Priest, I just want to add on to what you said earlier before we started, and we'll go back to the clip. But this is the process, right? Let me pull it in the screen here. First it was this, right?
Yep.
It was the gender revolution, right? They blocked it. Hold on. They hating on me. All right. Well, as you see it here, all right, the gender revolution. Here's a better one. All right. Let me see if I can pull this up. Yep. You see the gender revolution, intersex, non-binary, transformer female, bigender, transformer male, androgynous, and then a regular male, right? that was the first thing, right? Now, where are we leading to now? Let's go to this. Now we're here. Okay, merging man with machine. Okay, they're literally doing this shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Hey, the whole concept behind with this whole sexual revolution was to bring this out.
Exactly.
Hey, it was never about letting people determine their gender, man. All right, these devils, they're anti-life, So with that being said, their whole end goal of this was to make it to where there's no longer a man or a woman. It's just a robot. They want to make you a machine, make you a cyborg or an android, man.
Goodness gracious, boy. Woo. Hey, we at the end, folks.
Right.
Whether you agree or not. All right, this bitch is over. All right, let's play on.
We can then debate how well those surgery contexts, or I don't know, transvestite is someone who changes their clothes and cross dresses, and a transsexual is someone where you change your penis into a vagina, and we can then debate how well those surgeries work. But we want more transformation than that. The critique is not that it's weird and unnatural. It's so pathetically little. And okay, we want more than cross-dressing or changing your sex organs. We want you to be able to change your heart and change your mind and change your whole body. And then Orthodox Christianity, by the way, the critique Orthodox Christianity has of this is these things don't go far enough. Like that transhumanism is just changing your body, but you also need to transform your soul, and you need to transform your whole self. And so,
right. But
do you hear this? This is what they think,
man.
This is what they believe. This is their philosophy. This is their religion, man. They're telling you, man, and they plan on executing this, man.
Mm-hmm. I got a quick one.
You got it, brother.
Psalms chapter 140 and 1. It said, "Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart continually. They are gathered together for war." Because as we're hearing this devil, make these proud statements, they are telling the world that look, they're looking to become God, man. The whole point of what they're doing out here is to move the Most High out the way and put themselves up as God. Because like we done lesson on this prior to where you had, there was a technocrat that was a spokesperson for the WEF. Did you got that video? Matter of fact, up. Or the other one,
the dude with the accent.
Oh yeah, he was like, "We're gonna become gods."
You talking about Yuval Noah Harari, that video, or the one that you sent?
The one I sent, the second one, the edited one.
Oh yeah. Okay, got you. Let me. Yeah, I
we
pulled
just
that
put
up.
that on the screen real quick, and then we'll go back to this one.
I got you.
Because this is the MO of what they're saying. All right.
Bear with me. Hold on, let me put it. It's in the MOV file. Let me put it in the MP4.
While you get that, I'll grab the second Thessalonians real quick.
You got it. Give me 1 second. You got it.
All right. This is Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse. We start at verse 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for the day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." And that man of sin is revealed, man. We're literally hearing him speak. All right. This man is telling you that they want to change your soul, man. Here it is. The scriptures tell you that the Most High, he said, we were fearfully and wonderfully made. All right. He made us perfect in his image, man. And this devil wants to go behind and change us to make us be in his image, which is, defiling ourselves, man, with that microchip.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." So the fact that these technocrats can just come up here, nobody elected them, nobody knows anything about these guys. These guys just pop up out of nowhere talking about how they want to change the world, man.
Right.
They're showing you that they are the Edomites. They are the wicked, man.
Salaki. Go ahead, finish your point, Salaki, bro.
Now you good. So as what it's showing, man, they are telling you that they're God now, man. That the Most High in the heavens, he no longer exists, man. All right, he's past news. We're the new thing, man.
That's it.
They're going to become gods, and there is nothing you can do about it. If you try and resist, they will kill you.
We are going to become gods. Period. If you don't like it, get off. You don't have to contribute. You don't have to participate. But if you're going to interfere with me becoming God, you're going to have big trouble. Then we'll have warfare. The only way you can prevent me in this 50 or is to kill me. And you kill me, I'll kill you.
The chilling speech mirrors.
There you go, man. This man got to be stopped. He got to be stopped, man. Man, you got to preach Salaki.
Now you good. So the wicked is revealing his plans now, man. Like they're no longer hiding it. All right, they're confirming the things that we've been telling you since the start with our apostles and elders from the jump. This man is the devil. From the videos that we were showing you at the beginning of the lesson till now, this is all the end goal. All right, because they're getting the prophets. They're getting up to come after the prophets because we're the ones warning you of what this man's trying to do, man.
Yep.
This is the beast system. This is Revelation 13, like we mentioned earlier. This is Revelation 13 about to be brought into full effect. And if you're not wanting to take part and being a part of that system, he said, what did he say? He said, you're gonna kill you, because this new world order system is set up for him to become God on the planet. Because if he's able to chip everybody, he now has power over everybody. Because now he's changed the world in his image. So now he is all powerful, all knowing, all seeing, man.
That's it, man. And this is what these Israelite camps are not warning you about. All right, real quick before we finish this video and wrap this up. This is Psalm 140:1. It says, "Deliver me, O Lord, Yahweh Shemel Washai, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man." The point, verse 2. which imagine mischiefs in their heart, continually are they gathered together for war. All right? As we just heard in the video, man. Okay, these elites are ready for war. They think that they're going to achieve this. Job 21 tells us that this man, right at the height of his, at the fullness of his sufficiency, he should be in straits.
Yep.
All right, so we're close to his destruction. As he gets higher and more prouder, and the nuclear destruction, the return of the Lord is even more closer.
That's right.
You know.
But
This
the
is
other
where,
wait. I'm sorry. I generally agree with what I think is your belief that religion should be a friend to science and ideas of scientific progress. I think any idea of divine providence has to encompass the fact that we have progressed and achieved and done things that would have been unimaginable to our ancestors. But it still also seems like, yeah, the promise of Christianity in the end is you get the perfected body and the perfected soul through God's grace. And the person who tries to do it on their own with a bunch of machines is likely to end up as a dystopian character.
Yeah, so like we've been bringing out, they know the scriptures. They know that the elect, all right, they're going to receive of that power in those new bodies.
Right.
All right, but Esau thinks that he can achieve that through his own means by this technology of the left hand. See?
Right. So these false promises that he's speaking, because when he's saying these things, we're trying to give people immortality. He's not telling you that for the average person. That's what they're seeking, because this is the same bullshit that the serpent told Eve back in the garden. If I can grab that real quick.
Yeah.
This is Genesis chapter 3 and verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. And that's what they're trying to tell you. So this is why they want you to be with this transhumanism movement, because this is a religion. This is what these damn devils really believe in, man. All right, a new way outside of the Most High's order.
Right. Yep.
Well, it's let's articulate this.
And you can have a heretical form of Christianity, right? That says something else.
I don't know. I think the word nature does not occur once in the Old Testament, and so if you and there is a word in which a sense in which the way I understand the Judeo-Christian inspiration is it is about transcending nature. It is about overcoming things, and the closest thing you can say to nature is that people are fallen, and that's the natural thing in a Christian sense, is that you're messed up, and that's true. But there's some ways that with God's help, you are supposed to transcend that and overcome that.
You heard that last part. That was the key. He said, with God's help. So he's saying that if you listen to us, we're gonna be the ones to help you ascend to godhood, man.
Man, crazy, man. Man, it's heavy stuff. Heavy
I can
stuff.
go ahead
Man.
and put that one joint in the screen too. We'll come back to that one in a second.
Come on.
Where is that? All right.
And I'll pull it up when you're ready.
It's on.
Okay, come on.
All right. So I typed in on chat, GPT, how are the technocrats that are pushing transhumanism shaping society into a satanic dystopia, and is merging man with machine, declaring war on the Most High?
Wow.
And so just going into that, chat pretty much confirmed that this is all, a satanic agenda. All right. So it says, who are the technocrats and what is transhumanism? It says technocrats, elites, scientists, engineers, and bureaucrats who believe technology and data should govern society, not morality, tradition, or democracy. Transhumanism is a movement that promotes enhancing human capabilities through AI, biotechnology, gene editing, cybernetics, and merging man with machine, which is why we brought out that other article dealing with the godfather of AI, saying that human beings will be extinct by 2030 because these transhumanists, they want to pretty much do away with the original humans and make everybody cyborgs, man.
Yep.
So, like it says, the goal is to transcend human limitations, which is death, disease, weakness, and they're telling you with this technology they can heal you so that you never get sick again. All right, you won't die anymore, and all this other bullshit. But that's all a snare and a trap, man. That's not going to help you escape that, because the scriptures tell you that no man has power over the soul, man.
So that's the Lion Wonder, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2.
Exactly.
He's coming with the power of Satan, and they're openly showing you it. They're showing you right here in your face. You got it, bro.
Yep. It says the spiritual implication. It says, is this war on the Most High? It says, yes, it is a war on God's design, and here's how. Blasphemy against creation. Transhumanism rejects the imago Dei, or image of God and man, and seeks to redesign humanity in man's image, which is his image, powered by machines. All right.
Yeah, and I did it, not to cut you off, but I did the lesson. Was it the day before yesterday? How he's gene editing. All right,
Yep.
he's splicing genes, changing DNA. They can rewrite the DNA structure. They can create modified GMO humans. We're here.
Yeah, this nigga, like I say, his heart has gone too far.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then it gives a good precept, Isaiah 14:14. It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And that's what he's saying. He can create new human beings, man. And as you see right here, it says, merging man and machine is not just science, it is hubris, a Tower of Babel 2.0. You know, trying to X out the Most High, man. It says immortality without the Most High, what you said earlier. And that's the lie that was said, you shall not surely die, which was said in Genesis 3 and 4. It says the first satanic lie was immortality without God. Transhumanism now seeks that again through brain uploading, gene therapy, was it cryonics? I think that's how you say that word.
That's when they said they can freeze themselves for like 200 years and then come back later, unthaw themselves, and be in a new world.
Bugged out. It says, you read that. I ain't gonna say that because YouTube.
Yeah.
Says to eliminate death. So all these things are attempt to remove the Most High out the way, and it's the main part. All right, possession of the temple, which is your body. It says transhumanism invites invasive AI chips and neural interfaces into your body, so you will become a part of the beast, man. You know, Revelation 13:16. That's what all this is predicated towards, man. Making you sin against your power and become a part of the beast, man. All right, like that nigga said, he wants access to your soul, man. He wants to change you. All right. So it says the dystopia being built, transhumanist technocrats are laying the foundation of a satanic digital prison disguised as progress.
Woo, man, that's it right there. Damn, you got it out.
Yep, it says total control, CBDCs to control buying and selling, digital ID and biometric surveillance, AI tracking emotions, thoughts, and social behavior.
Palantir.
Come on, man.
Palantir, man. And they just got upgraded to top positions in the military. We here.
Mm-hmm. And what is all this is predicated towards? Revelation 13:16. What is the $1 million question, man? What is the mark of the beast, man? How is any of these other philosophies that you people are trying to say is the chip? I mean, the MOTB, but this is obviously showing you this is all what the chip is going to be entailed around, man.
That's right, bro.
And then this last part, dehumanization of thought, AI-driven social media, entertainment, and news reprogram minds, creating addicted, dopamine-deprived souls, disconnection from reality and nature, minds that think like machines and not like men. Because there was a quote that the Rockefellers made a long time ago saying that they want a nation of workers and not thinkers. So that's why they look at the people as goyim. They just care about making these people a battery for the system, man. They don't care about the welfare of the people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty.
Go back up. Go back up on number 4. What did it say? War on God.
Oh yeah, it's like I skipped over that one. Yeah, because it gives the parallels. The Most High's design is image of the Most High, spirit-led, holiness, eternal life in Hamashiach, free will, temple of the Holy Spirit. And then you got what Esau is bringing, which is the image of the beast. You're going to be AI, machine-led. You're going to be a transhuman, synthetic immortality, because you ain't gonna be able to really live like that, because they can control what your every move. So if you do something they don't like, they can just turn your chip off and you pretty much die.
Yeah.
You know, they got that cyanide in the chip, so that's not immortality, man. Immortality, hey, you pretty much have freedom. You know, there's no freedom in Esau's coming kingdom.
That's it.
Biometric control, and it says hybrid man and machine. You know, so like it says right here, to merge man with machine is to yoke the spirit of man with something soulless. This is not evolution; it's spiritual surrender to the kingdom of darkness.
Woo, man. AI killing it right now.
And that's the thing, man. Like, yo, you got to see that this shit is all prophecy. Like it just says here to show you, merging man with machine may look like a technological evolution, but it's spiritual devolution. It's not just about upgrading the body; it's about hijacking the soul, the spirit. They want to take the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua out the earth. So if you're able to destroy all the Israelites or chip all the Israelites, the Most High's image will no longer be in the earth, man. You know?
Yeah, how's the scripture go in Psalm 62? Their only thought is to cast them down from their excellency, to cut your spirit off, man.
Exactly.
Man.
It says, this is not just science, it is prophecy unfolding. And this is the thing that we always talk about. This is the main part of what we teach, is to warn about this shit, man. You know, that's the main message. The line between beast and man is being blurred, and behind this agenda is a Luciferian rebellion to reject this deception and decide with the Creator to preserve the soul He breathed into us. You know, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, this heavy stuff, man. You know, hey, this is what we are preparing to fight against, man.
That's it, man. Too much heat, man. Too much heat. Goodness gracious, man. So we'll leave it like that, man. About an hour 30 in, man. A lot that was brought out, but we pray that this lesson was edifying, man. You know,
right.
You get a chance, maybe download it, man. You know,
Yeah.
Lord willing, it stays up. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of good points came out, man. So, but we hear again news and prophecy. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. All right, they're openly showing you that they're the wicked. They're not hiding it no more. They're openly, vocalizing their agenda. All right, so it's no longer a mystery or a secret, man. And we're at the end of Esau's world. It's right in front of us. All these things determine that the nuclear destruction is near, and Yahushua is on his way. All right, and Jacob's trouble is going to be amplified, man.
That's it.
You know, so hey, prepare your mind, body, and spirit for the things to come, man, and pray that Yahweh Shem Yahushua keeps his hedge over you in these times, man.
That's it,
all right,
man.
These times are deadly evil, man. Serious. Ephesians 5:15, redeeming the time because the days are evil. All right, so we'll close it out. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. Shalom. That's right. Hey, the water priest, that was fire, brother.
That was fire.